long explanation. Practice putting your phone on silent when you need peace. Practice leaving events early if you're exhausted. Each small boundary you set builds your confidence to set bigger ones. Remember, boundaries aren't about controlling others. They're about respecting yourself. You're not telling people what to do. You're informing them what you will and won't accept. You're not punishing anyone. You're protecting your peace. You're not being mean. You're being clear. And clarity, even when it's uncomfortable, is an act of love for yourself and for others. The people who truly love you will respect your boundaries. They might need time to adjust, but they'll honor them. The people who get angry at your boundaries were benefiting from you having none. Let that be information. Let that guide your decisions. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your growth, not people who resent your healing. Your time, energy, and peace are precious. They're limited resources. Self-love means treating them that way. It means being selective about where you invest them. It means understanding that every yes to something that drains you is a no to something that could fulfill you. Set the boundaries, guard them fiercely, watch your life transform, protect your peace. Drop this truth. No is a complete sentence. Number 6. The seasons of your becoming. Nature doesn't apologize for its seasons. Winter doesn't feel guilty for being cold and quiet. Spring doesn't rush its blossoms. Summer doesn't apologize for its heat. Autumn doesn't feel shame as its leaves fall. Each season knows its purpose, honors its rhythm, and trusts the cycle. Yet somehow you've forgotten that you're part of nature too. You've forgotten that you're allowed to have seasons. Self-love is honoring the season you're in right now. Maybe you're in winter, a time of rest, withdrawal, inner work. Everything feels dormant. You're not producing, not achieving, not shining the way you think you should. And society tells you that's wrong, that you should always be in summer, always blooming, always bright. But winter is necessary. Winter is when roots grow deeper. Winter is when healing happens beneath the surface where nobody can see. Or maybe you're in spring, emerging from darkness, trying new things, feeling hope again, but also vulnerability. You're not fully bloomed yet. You're tender, fragile, still figuring things out. And you're comparing yourself to people in their full summer, wondering why you're not there yet. But spring doesn't skip steps, neither should you. Every season has its own timeline, its own wisdom, its own beauty. Perhaps you're in autumn, letting things go, releasing what no longer serves you, making space for what's next. Endings are happening, relationships, jobs, versions of yourself are falling away like leaves. And it hurts. It feels like loss. But autumn isn't failure. Autumn is preparation. You're not dying. You're making room for new growth. You're not losing yourself. You're finding yourself by releasing what was never truly yours. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything is only for a day, both that which remembers and that which is remembered. Nothing stays the same. You will not always feel this way. This season, whether beautiful or brutal, is temporary. Self-love is trusting the cycle, even when you can't see what's coming next. Your problem isn't the season you're in. Your problem is fighting it. You're in winter but demanding summer productivity from yourself. You're in spring but angry that you're not in full bloom. You're in autumn but resisting the necessary endings. You're exhausting yourself trying to be in a season you're not in, instead of honoring where you actually are. Self-love asks, what does this season need from me? If you're in winter, it needs rest. It needs stillness. It needs you to stop forcing growth and start allowing recovery. Stop calling it laziness. Stop feeling guilty for slowing down. Your body and soul are doing important work in the quiet. Honor it. If you're in spring, it needs patience. It needs you to celebrate small beginnings instead of demanding instant results. Stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. Stop rushing the process. New things are fragile. Give them time and gentleness to grow strong. If you're in summer, it needs you to shine without apology. It needs you to stop dimming your light because someone else feels threatened by it. Stop playing small. This is your time to bloom fully, to share your gifts, to live out loud. Don't waste your summer hiding. If you're in autumn, it needs your courage to let go. It needs you to trust that releasing what's dead isn't giving up. It's making space. Stop clinging to relationships, jobs, or identities that have run their course. Stop being afraid of the empty spaces. They won't stay empty. They're just transitioning. And here's the truth that will change everything. You'll cycle through all these seasons multiple times in your life. Sometimes in years, sometimes in months, sometimes even in weeks. You might be in summer in your career, but winter in your relationships. You might be in spring emotionally, but autumn spiritually. You're complex, you're layered. You're allowed to be in multiple seasons at once. Stop judging yourself by someone else's season. Their summer doesn't mean your winter is wrong. Their autumn doesn't mean your spring is too slow. Every person is on their own cycle, and comparison destroys the beauty of where you are. The tree doesn't envy the flower. The ocean doesn't resent the mountain. Nature celebrates diversity of timing. So should you. Ask yourself today, what season am I in? Not where society says I should be, not where I wish I was. Where am I actually? And what does this season need from me? Rest, patience, boldness, release. Give yourself what this moment requires. Trust that this season has purpose. Trust that another season is coming. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not doing it wrong. You're in your season. Honor it. Trust it. Let it teach you. And when it's time, you'll naturally move into the next one. That's not just growth. That's self-love in its most natural, beautiful form. Trust your timing. Affirm below, I trust my season. Number 7. The wounds that made you wiser. You carry scars that nobody sees, wounds from words that cut deeper than any blade, bruises from betrayals that still ache when certain memories surface, pain from moments when you were too much for some people and not enough for others. You've been hurt in ways that changed you, shaped you, marked you, and somewhere along the way you started believing that these wounds made you damaged, broken, less than, unworthy of love. Self-love is rewriting that story. It's looking at your scars and seeing survival instead of shame. It's recognizing that you're not broken. You're broken open. Those cracks you're trying to hide. They're where the light gets in. They're where wisdom entered. They're proof that you've lived, you've felt, you've endured, and you're still here, still standing, still trying, still worthy. Your wounds don't make you weak. They make you human. They make you deep. They make you capable of compassion that shallow people will never understand. You know what pain feels like, so you recognize it in others. You know what it means to fall apart, so you can sit with someone else's breaking without fear. You know darkness, so you truly appreciate light. Your wounds gave you depth, empathy, and strength you wouldn't have otherwise. But here's where self-love gets challenging. You have to stop using your wounds as weapons against yourself. Stop letting past pain justify present self-destruction. Stop saying, I was hurt, so I don't deserve good things. Stop using your trauma as permission to mistreat yourself. Yes, terrible things happened. Yes, people failed you. Yes, you experienced pain that wasn't your fault. But continuing to punish yourself for what others did to you isn't justice. It's just more pain. Seneca wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt. And we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Your wounds happened in the past, but you keep reopening them with your thoughts. You replay the betrayals. You rehearse the rejections. You relive the moments you wish you could change. And each time you do, you wound yourself again. Self-love is choosing to let the past stay in the past. Not because it didn't matter, but because you matter more. This doesn't mean pretending the pain didn't happen. It doesn't mean forgiving people who hurt you if you're not ready. It doesn't mean toxic positivity or spiritual bypassing. It means acknowledging what happened and then making a conscious choice. Will I let this define me, or will I let it refine me? Will I stay stuck in victim mode, or will I step into survivor mode? You've been telling yourself a story about your wounds. Maybe it's, I'm unlovable because my parents didn't show me love. Or, I'll never trust again because I was betrayed. Or, I'm not enough because someone chose someone else. These stories feel true because they're backed by real pain. But feelings aren't facts. Just because someone failed to love you properly doesn't mean you're unlovable. Just because you were betrayed doesn't mean everyone will betray you. Just because you weren't someone's choice doesn't mean you're not worthy of being chosen. Self-love is separating what happened to you from who you are. You are not your trauma. You are not your worst moment. You are not the sum of people's failures to see your worth. You are a soul who experienced hardship and kept going anyway. That's not damage. That's courage. Start treating your wounds with the tenderness they deserve. Stop poking at them to see if they still hurt. Stop showing them to people who have no capacity to hold them with care. Stop expecting yourself to be over them on some arbitrary timeline. Healing isn't linear. Some days you'll feel strong. Some days old wounds will ache like they're fresh. Both days are part of the journey. Both versions of you deserve compassion. Your wounds also taught you what you won't tolerate anymore. They showed you what you need and what you don't. They revealed who's safe and who's not. They gave you boundaries written in scar tissue. Honor that wisdom. Don't let anyone convince you to lower your standards just because they're uncomfortable with the boundaries your pain taught you to set. And here's the most powerful truth. Your wounds can become your medicine. The things that broke you can become the things that make you a healer for others. Your story of survival can give someone else hope. Your scars can show someone else that healing is possible. Your willingness to keep loving yourself after being hurt can inspire someone to do the same. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by how you chose to rise after it happened. And choosing to love yourself despite the wounds, despite the scars, despite the pain. That's not just healing, that's heroic. You survived. You're stronger. Comment, I turned pain into power. Number 8. The person you're still becoming. You're not finished yet. You're not a completed project. You're not supposed to have it all figured out by now. You're a person in progress, a story still being written, a masterpiece still being painted. And somewhere along the way, you started treating yourself like a final product instead of an ongoing process. You started judging yourself harshly for not being perfect, for not being further along, for not being the person you thought you'd be by this age. Self-love is giving yourself permission to still be becoming. It's understanding that growth doesn't have a deadline. It's accepting that you'll make mistakes tomorrow, learn new things next week, and discover parts of yourself next year that you didn't even know existed. You're allowed to be unfinished. You're allowed to be figuring it out as you go. You're allowed to evolve, change directions, start over, and surprise yourself with who you're capable of becoming. Think about who you were 5 years ago. Different, right? Maybe you believed things you no longer believe. Maybe you tolerated things you'd never tolerate now. Maybe you were quieter, louder, harder, softer. You've changed because you've lived. You've grown because you've experienced. And 5 years from now, you'll be different again. That's not failure. That's life. That's the whole point. Yet you beat yourself up for not being consistent, for changing your mind, for wanting different things than you wanted before. You apologize for evolving as if growth is something to be ashamed of. But Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Every experience you have is an opportunity to become wiser, stronger, more yourself. Every challenge is reshaping you. Every lesson is refining you. You're not the same person who started reading this, and that's beautiful. Self-love means celebrating the person you're becoming instead of mourning who you used to be. It means getting excited about your potential instead of being frustrated by your current limitations. Yes, you have work to do. Yes, you have patterns to break. Yes, you have healing ahead of you. But that doesn't make you broken. It makes you alive. Dead things don't grow. Stagnant things don't change. The fact that you're still becoming means you're still breathing, still trying, still here. Stop comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You see their finished product and compare it to your rough draft. You see their chapter 20 and compare it to your chapter 5. You see their years of practice and compare it to your first attempt. That's not fair to you. That's not realistic. That's not how growth works. Every expert was once a beginner. Every success story had countless failures. Every person you admire had moments of doubt, confusion, and feeling completely lost. The difference isn't that they're better than you. The difference is they kept going. They kept becoming. They gave themselves permission to be imperfect while working toward improvement. You're allowed to be a beginner at 40. You're allowed to try new things at 60. You're allowed to change careers, change cities, change your entire life at any age. You're allowed to discover passions you didn't know you had. You're allowed to admit you were wrong about something and choose differently now. You're allowed to surprise yourself and everyone who thought they had you figured out. Self-love is protecting your becoming. It's saying no to people who want to keep you in the box of who you used to be. It's setting boundaries with those who feel threatened by your growth. It's walking away from relationships that only valued the old version of you. It's choosing environments that encourage your evolution instead of punishing it. Your becoming is sacred. It's ongoing. It's never too late and never complete. Today, you're becoming someone who loves themselves more. Tomorrow, you'll become someone who knows themselves deeper. Next year, you'll become someone you can't even imagine yet. And that's the adventure of being alive. That's the gift of being human. You get to keep becoming for as long as you're breathing. Stop waiting to love yourself until you're better. Stop postponing kindness toward yourself until you've achieved more. Stop treating yourself harshly because you're not where you thought you'd be. Love yourself now, in this unfinished state. Love yourself while you're learning. Love yourself while you're growing. Love yourself in the messy middle of becoming. Because here's the truth. There is no final version of you. There's only this moment's version, and it deserves your love. You deserve your love. Not someday when you're perfect. Not later when you've figured it all out. Now, today, exactly as you are, even while you're becoming something more. The caterpillar doesn't hate itself for not being a butterfly yet. It trusts the process. It honors the stage it's in. It becomes what it's meant to become in the right time. You're in your cocoon right now, transforming in ways you can't see yet. Stop judging the process. Trust it. Love yourself through it. And watch who you become when you finally give yourself that grace. You're not finished. You're becoming. Right. I'm evolving, not failing. Number 9, the love that starts with you. Everything changes when you realize that the love you've been seeking has been inside you all along. You've been searching for it in other people's words, in achievements, in validation, in likes and comments and external proof that you matter. You've been knocking on every door except the one that leads to your own heart. You've been asking everyone else to fill a space that only you can fill. Self-love isn't selfish. It's the foundation. It's the starting point for every other kind of love in your life. You cannot truly love others if you don't love yourself, because you'll constantly need them to prove your worth. You'll cling instead of connect. You'll demand instead of share. You'll drain instead of nourish. Love that comes from an empty well isn't love. It's desperation disguised as devotion. When you love yourself, you stop looking for someone to complete you because you realize you're already whole. You stop needing constant reassurance because you've learned to reassure yourself. You stop seeking validation because you've learned to validate your own experience. You become full, and from that fullness, you can genuinely give to others without expecting them to fill your voids. Think about how you treat people you love. You're patient with them. You forgive their mistakes. You celebrate their wins. You comfort them in pain. You believe in them when they doubt themselves. You see their potential even when they can't. Now ask yourself, when was the last time you treated yourself that way? When was the last time you were your own best friend instead of your harshest critic? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." Every moment you choose self-love over self-criticism, you're creating a new echo. You're rewriting the story. You're building a different relationship with yourself, one that will affect every other relationship you have. When you love yourself, you teach others how to love you. When you respect yourself, you show others where your boundaries are. When you honor yourself, you attract people who will honor you too. Self-love means showing up for yourself the way you've shown up for everyone else. It means keeping the promises you make to yourself. It means not canceling on your own needs every time someone else needs something. It means treating your goals with the same seriousness you treat other people's emergencies. It means being as loyal to yourself as you've been to people who didn't deserve it. It means feeding yourself nourishing food, not because you need to look a certain way, but because your body deserves fuel that makes it feel good. It means moving your body in ways that feel joyful, not punishing. It means resting when you're tired without guilt. It means saying kind words to your reflection. It means celebrating your small victories. It means forgiving yourself for yesterday and trusting yourself with tomorrow. Self-love is also knowing when to ask for help. It's recognizing that you don't have to carry everything alone. It's understanding that reaching out isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's being brave enough to say, "I'm not okay," and trusting that you're still worthy of support. It's letting people in while maintaining boundaries. It's accepting love from others while not depending on it to define you. The most powerful thing you'll ever do is choose yourself. Not in a selfish way that harms others, but in a self-preserving way that honors your worth. Choose yourself when everyone expects you to choose them. Choose yourself when it's uncomfortable. Choose yourself when it's scary. Choose yourself when you're unsure if you deserve it. Because you do. You always have. You always will. Self-love transforms everything. It changes how you walk into rooms. It changes what you tolerate and what you refuse. It changes the types of people you attract. It changes your goals, your standards, your entire trajectory. When you love yourself, you stop living small to make others comfortable. You stop apologizing for existing. You stop dimming your light. You take up your space, speak your truth, and live your life on your terms. And the beautiful paradox is this: the more you love yourself, the more love you have to give. Not less, more. Because love isn't a finite resource that runs out when you use it on yourself. It's infinite. It multiplies. It overflows. When your cup is full, You naturally pour into others without resentment, without depletion, without keeping score. Today, make the choice. Choose to be the love you've been waiting for. Choose to be the voice of encouragement you've needed. Choose to be the safe space you've been seeking. Choose to be your own hero, your own comfort, your own home. Because you are worth every ounce of love you've been giving away. You are worth the effort, the patience, the grace, the devotion. The love that changes your life doesn't start out there. It starts right here with you, choosing yourself over and over again until it becomes your nature. The search ends here. Declare it. I am my own home. You made it. You stayed through every word, every truth, every mirror held up to your soul. That alone is an act of self-love. You chose to be here. You chose to listen. You chose to consider that maybe, just maybe, you deserve the love you've been giving everyone else. Self-love isn't a destination you reach. It's a daily practice. Some days it'll feel easy, natural, like breathing. Other days it'll feel impossible, like swimming against the current. On those hard days, come back to this message. Let these words remind you of who you are and what you deserve. You are worthy, not because of what you do, not because of what you achieve, not because of how others see you. You're worthy because you exist, because you're here, breathing, trying, growing. That's enough. You're enough. Start today. Start now. Look at yourself with softer eyes. Speak to yourself with kinder words. Make choices that honor your peace. Set boundaries that protect your energy. Forgive yourself for being human. Celebrate yourself for surviving. Love yourself through the becoming. The world needs you whole, not broken. It needs you rested, not burned out. It needs you loving yourself so you can love others from a place of overflow instead of depletion. Your self-love isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's revolutionary. It's the most important relationship you'll ever build. So before you go, do one more thing for me. Hit that like button if this message touched your soul. Drop a comment with your favorite point or the affirmation that hit home. Share this video with someone who needs this reminder today. And subscribe to this channel for more daily motivation that will keep you growing, healing, and loving yourself more each day. You are loved. You are worthy. You are enough. Now go out there and live like you believe it. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose self-love every single day.